So now we will be having speeches from the three candidates that are running for first year representative. So first up, we have Caleb Scher.
Great. Good evening, everyone. I just want to say, first of all, hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving, whether you were at home with your family or here with your second family in Halifax. I know it was wonderful for me here. First of all, before I get started, I just want to say congrats and good luck to everyone else who's running tonight, especially to my fellow first-year rep nominees, Chris and Riel. And beyond that, I'll start. If I haven't had the opportunity to meet you yet, my name is Caleb Scher, and I'm a first-year student in the Foundation Year Program Arts here at King's, and I would like to be your first-year representative for the King's Student Union Council. I'll say a bit about who I am, and then I'll get into what I want to do for all of you. I'm originally from Ottawa, but I've lived in Halifax for a little over a year now, and I'm already loving it. If you've seen my posters around campus, you know that I like long walks on the beach, romantic candlelit dinners, and student government. Speaking of student government, I have plenty of experience. I sat on a number of student council committees during my time in high school, and in my grade 12 year, I also served as our student council co-president. During that time, for myself and my partner, a big issue was making sure that student council was more open and held more accountable to the student body at our high school. And we did that through picking a diverse council to represent students, as well as enacting a student survey, which helped us get a lot of information, which helped us run more inclusive and better events throughout the year. I was also an active member of the leadership camp community during my time in high school, and that was a lot of fun and taught me a lot about where I am and brought me to where I am today. Beyond high school, I spent 6 months on a leadership and volunteer exchange in the Yukon in Indonesia, and then I did a year of Bachelor of Science at Dalhousie, decided science was really worked for me, so I did a 180, and now I'm here with all of you. But enough about me. Like I said, you may have seen my face plastered all around campus, but I don't want you all to get the impression that this campaign is about me or my face, but really it's all about all of the first years here tonight. If I were to be elected, one of the first things I would make a point of being is an open line of communication between first-year students and the King's Student Union Council, bringing important information regarding first years from council meetings to the first years through things such as emailing lists, Facebook posts, and most importantly, face-to-face conversation. I also like to do that in reverse. That means I want to talk to you and I want to hear all your comments, questions, concerns, and queries, and bring those back to the KSU Council in as timely a manner as I possibly can. I promise I am very friendly, and I'm always willing to chat about life as a first year and about student issues like representative curricula and unfortunately increasing tuition costs, or even just chat about life in general and how your day is going. Beyond this, I would also really like to try and organize some events that aren't just limited to foundation year students, or aren't just limited to resident students, but events that any first year, whether you're in fifth or not, or whether you're a resident student or a day student, can get involved in. I especially want to organize events that are off campus and free or very affordable, so that all of us first years can get a chance to be involved in and engaged with the community that we are now a part of, that being the city of Halifax, which is really great. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, I just want to remind everyone here to get out and vote tomorrow on Thursday. I would very much appreciate it if you would vote for me, and I hope I've given you a few reasons why, but most important is that you just get out there and vote. Tell your friends to vote, tell your parents to vote, tell your siblings to vote, tell your dog to vote, maybe actually just tell your friends to vote. Anyways, I just want to say I know I've been having a great time here at King so far. I hope you have too, and I hope that you can elect me and that we can work together to make this time even better for all of us over the coming months. And just to finish up, I know I promised a few of you a joke along the way, but I didn't really get a chance to deliver. So I'll give you my favorite nerdy philosophy joke. Descartes walks into a bar, walks up to the bar, sits down. Bartender says to him, "Can I get you anything?" Descartes says, "I think not," and promptly disappears. Thank you.
So we're going to be having all of the speeches from the first year representative candidates, and then questions will be following that. So next up, we have Riel.
Hey everybody, just first off, thanks for coming out here. It's great that you're all interested in what's going on. For any of you guys that haven't met me yet, my name's Riel Tatro. I'm named after Louis Riel. I'm a proud Métis person. But that's not why I'm here to talk to you. I'm hoping to be your representative as a first year rep for the student council. What I want to talk about first is the experience and skills that I bring to the table in representing you on the student council. So this stems from my experience in leadership positions that I've previously held. I was the founding president of the Model United Nations Club in my hometown of Pembrokeshire. Washington, D.C. So this included, the duties of mine there included chairing meetings, holding and organizing the events, as well as I worked with the municipal government in securing a grant to fund the projects. During the past school year, I was also the president of the Interact Club of Pemberton. If you don't know what Interact is, it's like a Rotary, but for youth. It's a service club. And so this meant I was planning, organizing, and executing projects, such as some of the things I've done are planning charity breakfasts for Syrian refugees. I've done fundraising campaigns to help end polio. I've helped those fundraise to help those displaced by the Fort McMurray fire, and I actually take special pride in working towards helping a young family in my hometown whose home was destroyed by a landslide. We had a great, fast response and got the whole community involved. And also during my time as president, I was grateful to accept a presidential citation, which was awarded to our club for really getting together with both our local and supporting our international community and engaging people. As well as this, for the past 3 years, I've actually served as my high school's lead representative on a SD48 district student council. So what that meant is that representatives from student councils all across, from different schools across the district, got together, and we met to collaboratively discuss and address broad issues that affect all of our schools. So this includes, I was able to work on issues such as mental health, body image, global citizenship, and discrimination within our schools. And I was able to get a start on this by creating things such as awareness campaigns, organized events, bringing in guest speakers, and actually, again, I created safe zones through diversity clubs on campus. So all of this experience has led me to be confident in pursuing my goals and working with pertinent issues. I've also had some experience working on specific issues, such as I've led protests, student protests against NBC government-teacher disputes that were affecting our education. Also, I've advised administration in multiple schools on how to get students involved in integrating Syrian refugees into our schools. So again, all of this draws back down into my experience helping me be confident in pursuing important issues and being able to collaboratively work together with people to get things done, but at the same time always drawing back on the important issues that reflect the people you're representing. However, aside from all that, I think just as important is the fact that I love my new home here in Kings. And it's because I love Kings and I'm dedicated to my new home that I'm also going to be dedicated to giving back and making Kings the best possible school and just experience that it can be. So I'll be working to ensure that all of us first years are engaged in this vibrant little community. I'll be accessible and supportive of your ideas if you want to put them into action. And I'll be dedicating myself so that all of you feel involved and connected in your student union. If elected, I promise all of you guys that I will be kind, caring, and confident in representing you amazing people. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So for our final speech for our final first year representative candidate, we have Chris Pierce.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Pierce. I'm a first-year Fit Bar student. I'm hoping to be your first representative for this year on the KSU Council. First, I'd like to thank you all for coming. It's wonderful to see fellow students who care enough about the selection that they want to educate their choices, unless you're just waiting to have a drink and play a game of pool and you don't know what the heck's going on. So the other day I was talking to fellow students, as I've done the past week, about what they would want from me if I became the first-year representative for KSU Council this year. And a couple of them came up to me and said, we want you to do things like back SNARC, which is Students Advocating Representative Curricula. At the council, we want you to increase attendance at Blue Devils games and get people to know about them because these athletes are working so hard and are so passionate about what they do. And these were things that I hadn't really considered until I asked and listened to what you had to say.
no matter what it is you need or want or have questions about, whether it has to do with equality, the environment, events, a committee you're a part of, or simply something like the design ideas you have for the 5th t-shirt, I promise to try, because I care about what you have to say and I care about doing everything I can to make it happen. Unless you want me to set you up on a dinner date with Dr. Brandis, if only I knew him that well. Now, while it is impossible to be more passionate about anything than Dr. Diamond is about Sappho, student politics has been a passion of mine for a very long time. I was part of student government all 4 years of high school. I was the prime minister, which many of you call the president, of the student council in my final year at high school. I also got to work in student politics on a municipal level. I represented students as vice chair of the youth council. So I met with the mayor and other students once a month to talk about youth issues in the municipality. And I did that for a full term. And my passion comes from a belief in honest, dedicated, and effective representation. As for things I believe in making this campus and student life more environmentally friendly by working with you on creating energy and waste reduction projects. I believe in fixing and rebuilding our relationship with First Peoples of this country and educating those who don't know the severity of our effect on their history and present. This through organizing events such as the Kairos blanket exercise that was done last week at Dalhousie. I also believe in standing up for yourself and others. I'm participating in the planning of the Day of Action, which is in November, fighting for equality and fairness in regards to tuition costs, something that I know affects all of us greatly. I encourage you all to come out with me on November 2nd in support of this movement. Despite all this, I will always be open to anything you wish to contribute or say. Throughout the year, what you have to say is most important. You are essentially my platform. It is because of my promised dedication to you that I want you to vote for me over the next 2 days. And even if you don't, and one of these two equally qualified and dedicated individuals walks away victorious, my own dedication will not disappear. And you can bet I'll be talking with them quite a bit this year. Home, that's what this school has become for us. And within this home, we have a large family called the Class of 2020 and chock full of amazing, intelligent people. Day students and res students, fippers and non-fippers, every one of you is part of this family, like it or not, and like anyone, each one of you has your own beliefs, opinions, concerns, and suggestions. This is what I'm here for, to listen and to act on your behalf. So I ask you to please let me do this, because I care deeply about our time together this year and making the school year everything you want and deserve it to be.